Well, it's a very good afternoon and welcome here to Weldon Oval for this round 16 AFL Sydney clash. It's the Manly Warringah Giants taking on Western Suburbs. Manly Warringah sitting on top of the ladder at the moment. Western Suburbs currently in third position, and they share that spot on points with St George, so they'd be very keen to put a little bit of pressure on St George and try and cement that top spot. Manly Warringah, on the other hand, well, they have a chance today to really wrap up the minor premiership, and it should be a very good battle. The big news out, it was a match-up that was touted. Matthew Lemmy up against Braden Fowler. As it's turned out, both not playing this afternoon, and Fowler missing for the Manly Warringah will be a big out for them. And we'll see. Kick 6 last week in their win, and we'll see how they play that one out. In the meantime, we're just about set here at Weldon Oval. Umpire holds the ball aloft, and we're underway. And it'll be interesting to see who wins this centre clearance. And straight away, it's the Giants. Goes through and finds Armitage. Armitage now looks inside 50. Looking in there for Pyle. Unable to find him. And the ball goes out of bounds. We'll have a throw in. Western Suburbs look like they've really gone tall in their forward line. We saw that a couple of weeks ago against St George. And the first score is a rush behind to the Giants. Plenty of numbers inside 50. It'll be very hard to find a target, but they have. As the Magpies look to get out of a bit of trouble. Down the line. They're able to bring it down. Some good work at the back there. That was Brassel. And now they attack again. Off the boot now of Thurgowan. In fact, he goes by hand. Hands off to Johnston. Johnston inside, has a look at the goals offline. And Washington unable to bring it down. It does dribble through for another minor score. They lead by 2 points. Himself now going to the outer side are Western Suburbs. Not a lot of breeze to speak of here. Almost a mark taken there by Mum. Hands off, gives it back to Polly. That's Benjamin Polly, captain of their under-19s side, playing in their Premier Division side this afternoon. Hand up, that was a very slick handball. Found Mum, and they go forward. This for the first time, and it goes out of bounds. We do see a lot of out-of-bounds football played on the far side here at Weldon Oval. In the ruck there was Urell for Western Suburbs. They go inside 50. A quick shot on goal. Which way will it bounce? Bounces truly, and Western Suburbs get the first of the afternoon. Good stoppage there from the boundary throw-in. Quick snap. And the Magpies lead by 4 points. Back to the middle. Ericsson in the ruck for the Magpies. He's a big lump in there. Needs to get that. That'll come back. Dickerson on the other side for Manly. It'll be a good ruck contest between those two this afternoon. Ericsson gets the advantage here, and straight away comes off the boot of Polly. They go forward again, the Magpies. They'd love to have another one here. The mark not paid, and he wrapped up in the tackle. We'll see a ball up. And a little bit of feeling in this one, as there should be. A lot on the line this afternoon. And the free kick eventually coming, it looks like. And it will off the ball. So a little let off there for the Giants. They come wide. This is McDonald. Goes back from where he came. And a player out in space. This is Johnston. Decides to go short. They want to maintain possession, the Giants, and they do that very, very well. Bunkle Here's Ben Bow. Players moving, but Western Suburbs are playing tight. Eventually slips away. No. Get it across. Johnson again. Finding a little bit of the football early in this game. Short again. The running player. This is James Brain. Brain short again, so a lot of short kicks. Under pressure. Mark taken by Kilpatrick. A good one. They've gone back in numbers. This kick offline will go out of bounds. So just at the moment, Western Suburbs doing very well just to block up their avenues to goal. They found Polly. Goes straight through the middle, drop the mark. Coming back through there is Bunkle. Has a little fumble, but gets it down. Now from outside 50, has a look at the goals. How will it bounce? Just off to the left. And the minor score. So they've had some opportunities early, Manly. Unable to bring them in. Smaller ground might just favour Western Suburbs in a way. We know Manly Warringah are very good moving. They're good moving the ball. And by hand and foot, if they can just cramp up the spaces, the Magpies, they might be right. Ericsson with a good leap. He moves it on quickly. Inside 50 now. 2 on 2. Ball hits the deck. Manly Warringah pounce. The tackle comes. Some good work out of defence. Newbury from behind just avoids the spoil, but the Giants are on their way. Milicic gets a little bit of work after the play. Finally sits up. This is Pyle, lines up just to the right of the post. Another behind to the Giants. They trail by 2 points. Played 6 minutes of this first term. The kick in for Western Suburbs, and once again they go to the far side. But this one's offline. Dickerson with a good mark below his knees. He looked to hand this off. He doesn't. Wants to have a kick. See something he likes, goes that way, but back there and back on it is Levi Sands. Was under a little bit of a cloud coming into this game. We'll see how it plays out. Illness throughout the week. And he's taking his spot on the side. Pearson. Comes down, Bunkle unable to keep it in, and it'll be a boundary throw-in. Real focus for the Magpies this afternoon. They just want to look at their work rate. They know last time they played, they let the Giants get away with it, and get away from them. And they just can't afford to do that. Round with a nice little slick handball, finds a little bit of space. McGrath down the line, trying to get it back inside. Back on it was Brassel. Handball puts his teammate under a little bit of pressure in the form of Stroud there, and they end up back down in the ditch. And we'll have a boundary throw in. Ericsson and Dickerson get there. I think it was Pyle that went up in the ruck. They go forward, the Magpies. They've found Urell. Swings around on the right boot, top of the square. Will it go all the way? It looks good. Just touched there, and will go through for a minor score. Their first of the afternoon. So a lot of the football being played on the peripheries here at Weldon Oval. Both teams happy to move the ball wide. Once again, they do the same thing down the far side. Looking there for Bunkle, unable to bring the mark in. McGrath is tackled, and the ball goes over bench line. Ends up once again in that ditch. Really drops away quickly as you get over that far side boundary line. Pyle in the ruck now, up against, that was Ericsson. Once again, they start going forward. Unable to get the kick away was Mum, and it's in the ditch again. Ball comes forward again. In there is Armitage. Looks like Jared Polly is lining up on him. It'll be a big test as they go forward, but all on his own back there was Dave Stroud, and he takes a run, has a bounce, goes long. Contest. Some good work at ground level there to make sure the ball didn't get away, but Washington eventually gets it, puts on a very good smother. Now they're in some attacking position. Kilpatrick, the umpire's seen something. It's going to be a Western Suburbs free kick. They'll be going to Ericsson. Ericsson's seen a player out wide. Tuck McGrath out there. Inside now. Found Hudson. They look good early, the Magpies. Hudson's right boot, low kick inside 50. Good mark taken. This is Williamson. Now he does know how to kick a goal. Kicked 4 last week. And they will be keen for him to get one on the board early. Comes in now, goes for it. It's an awkward looking kick off the boot. But sitting there nicely is Urell. And the mark's taken right at the top of the square. And he'll go back and look to put through Western Suburbs second and put a little bit of pressure on early in this match. Urell's kick. Looks good off the boot, he gets it, and the Magpies have got another.
He's got the guard team's name on the feet there.
See here. Once we get it up. Williamson's kick. Very awkward off the boot. Just didn't strike it that well, but Urell had the fly. Took it beautifully and went back and finished off. Back in the middle. It's the Magpies by 9 points early in this first term. Kilpatrick on the left, goes inside 50. Good defensive work. Getting it out of the area. Could have been a free kick there, almost applied the tackle. Drives it inside, that was Polar Smith. The bounce favours Washington, but it just gets away from him and over the boundary line. Ball comes in. Ericsson back there. Tries to get it going their way, but a quick kick off the boot from Brain is offline. Bounce favours Armitage. He goes one way, goes the other, but he's wrapped up in the tackle. Umpire gives him all the time in the world. And he eventually gets it away, but Western Suburbs up to the task. Urell was the target there. He was beset upon by 2. Couldn't bring it down. Plenty of giants around this. Good feed out there from Kilpatrick. And they drive inside once again, looking for Armitage. He drives on it now, but he's going to give away the free kick. It'll be in the back. Comes up very proppy too. Armitage wants to be careful doing that. Just held on to the ball, wanted to discuss the options with the umpire. The only option is to give it back. They go down the line looking for Urell again, and it's punched over the line. We'll have a boundary throw in. Brought down on this occasion, that was Pyle. And I was going to see a free kick here. I think no, he's going to come in and ball it up. See the numbers around the ball. Just trying to block some of their run are the Magpies, and so far they're doing it well. Quick kick out of defence, bounces over one contest, comes down to another. Good punch forward. Ends in the arms of Johnston. He is tackled, and they've got it back now, the Magpies. Urell, he's under pressure, has to give a quick sweeping handball out. Lands there in the arms of Brain. They drive down the side. And pushing back there is Lambert, but eventually the ball dribbles over the boundary line. Another boundary throw in. We've seen plenty of those already this afternoon. Erickson in the ruck. He's done all the ruck work so far for the Magpies. And they drive it through the middle. A bounce, just gets away, but some good work from the Manly defence. They drive it back, offline, and now Western Suburbs get it back. So a little bit of kick-to-kick happening at the moment. And eventually over the boundary line, gets away from Williamson. Brassel standing him at the moment. That'll be a very good contest to keep an eye on.
Jimmy, go! Jimmy, go!
No Kosh either playing for the Giants. It's a back six that was very, very solid. Once again, Manly throw on, and the Giants get it away. Pushing through the middle, well tracked. This is Polar Smith, turns around, but a good smother put on there from Lambert. Eventually gets back, finds Conway. Pops it up, looking for Urell. Urell just drops his head, but he takes the mark on the second grab. Gets it in quickly. Williamson's the target, he's taken it. So some good ball movement from the Magpies. And they found their spearhead. And Taylor Williamson will go back and have another shot on goal. It's been a fantastic effort so far by the Magpies. They really set themselves for this game. And as Williamson's kicks offline, that's very disappointing. And just scrapes it in for a minor score. And the turnover comes again, so he'll get a second chance at it, the Magpies, this time off the boot of Blackburn. In fact, he goes by hand, gives it off to Sands. Sands swings around on the left, and he's read it beautifully, and they get another one, the Magpies. Margin out to 16 points. Turnover from the kick out. There's sort of mistakes that you don't normally see from the Giants. Just see here. Saw something you liked. The execution was dreadful, and good read there from Blackburn. Picked it up early. Gives it off to Sands. And a wonderful kick. Sees him finish off. Back in the middle now. Magpies by 16 points. We've played 17 3/4. Kick comes out. Could have been high. Adjusted. Now Pedersen has to track backwards. They're under pressure, the Giants. Handball comes across. That was Beckett. Actually close to the boundary line. Umpire will have a close look at this and say, throw it in. And much to the digress of the Western Suburbs faithful. There's a lot of feeling in the game prior to this one between these two sides, and it looks like it may spill over. Conway quickly out of the ruck contest. Looks up. Williamson just goes with the one hand. It bounces beautifully for him. He's under pressure. Got the handball away. Blackburn again. This kick's not going to win any awards. Goes forward. Gets up eventually. Comes back now to Conway. He's under pressure. Has to give off to Hudson. Hudson back. Gives it to McLean. They're under pressure again. The Giants are coming. And Armitage will run on this one. Just needs to sit nicely for him. Goes to the first grab. Couldn't get it. Second grab. Couldn't get it. And eventually it's up to Brain to pick it up. But once again, they're under pressure. The pressure in this afternoon's game has been fantastic so far. McGrath applies the tackle, and the umpire comes in and says, I'll have it. We'll have another throw in. This one cleanly by the Giants, but right onto it was round. It's heading down the hill down there. It's the must be very close to the boundary line. Eventually it does. Western Suburbs come away with it. They go through the middle of the ground. Sits nicely. Handball just offline, but gets to its target eventually. Steps inside, Milligan Seville. Onto the right, goes to a contest. Williamson caught behind on that occasion, and the Giants with numbers. Brassel, quick kick, sees Washington all on his own. He can go, size them up, have a look. He sets it up for a teammate, and eventually comes back. Armitage pouncing. There is Polly. They spin around, and he's kicked the goal. That's a cracker. And the Manly Warringah, well, they get there first at the 20-minute mark of the first term. Washington's kick, thought he might have had a chance to go for goal. Back on it was Armitage. Picks it cleanly. And from there, I tell you what, that is an amazing goal. Tyrone Armitage showing what he's made of. Slotting them from a very tight angle.
There we go. Open up there. Open there.
So the margin back to 10 points. And what can the Giants do? Really absorb all the pressure they've been given. They get another one here, and the margin reduces even further. Free kick coming. It's going to go, it's off the ball to Shepherd, well off the ball, and it's going to go to Western Suburbs. That was picked up by the umpire at the far end. It's good umpiring to see that. It was well outside the 5-metre zone. Urell now through the centre. He sizes it up again. Long kick inside. Where's Williamson? It's caught at the back of the pack. Here is Weir, and he has a little run. Goes through the middle. The kick, not a great one. Sits up in the wind. The breeze is starting to pick up a little bit. Mum with the ball. Nicely delivered. Just goes a little bit wide. Needs to sit up. And eventually over the boundary line. And we'll reset. 22 minutes played, first term. Magpies really put the pressure on. But for a sensational goal from Tyrone Armitage, they'd be leading, holding the Giants very much at bay at the moment. Excuse me. Giants having to scramble. Eventually gets in the arms of Brassel. Goes wide. Player out there, it's Parker, but eventually they get onto a running team. Good kick inside. Unable to hold the mark was Polar Smith, but good tackle applied. Has to go back. Now it gets back to the arms of Jared Polly. Chops it over. Not a great kick. Pennison spins around one. Drives them inside 50. Leading mark there. Oh, and getting back with it. A good mark taken. Shot on goal coming for the Giants. 23rd minute mark this term. Opportunity to really start to reel this lead in. He's sucking in the big breaths as he's coming in, just trying to relax the motion. It looks good off the boot, just fading. Oh, in fact, it fades quite away. Hits the boundary post, so out of bounds on the full, no score. Come down the line. Pack forms, comes to the bottom. The Garland. First kick smothered. Now he's under pressure. Gets it away. McDonald there in assistance. Come in now, ball in dispute. That's McGrath at ground level. Eventually, it's for a ball up. Can't be long to go in the quarter. Ericsson, well, he has to get rid of it now. He does so. And a tackle applied there on Newbury. So the Giants sensed the situation, and they've lifted their intensity. Now 3 upon him, and the tackling is fierce here at Weldon Oval. The ball up. Ericsson this time unopposed, gets it going forward for the Magpies, but back on it are the Giants. Pedersen's kick straightens them up inside 50. There's plenty of Magpies there, and they get it clear down the line. Trying to push it over the top. It's Harper. And eventually over the boundary line. You can see Kevino there. He'd be pretty happy with his team's efforts so far. But as we said, they just want to focus on that work rate. They can't drop off at any stage because the Giants will pounce. Go again. Good work at ground level. Brain just tries to drive him in. The dribbling kick going in, bounces over the pack. Polly back, but with some pace is Kilpatrick. Puts it on the left boot. Just couldn't get it done in time, and the siren will stop them. And almost a goal on the siren there to Kilpatrick, but unable to get it across the time. So we take a break here. It's been a fairly intense first quarter. And the Magpies, well, they'll be happy where they sit at the moment. They lead by 10 points as we go into quarter time. The Giants 1-4-10. The Magpies 3-2-20. We'll take a short break here at Weldon Oval. We'll bring you all the action from the second term when we return in about 5 minutes' time. All set for the second quarter here at Weldon Oval. Story so far, the intense game it's been so far between Manly Warringah and Western Suburbs, and the Magpies on top in that first term. They lead by 10 points. So we're all in readiness for the second quarter. Underway. Ericsson leaping his step, coming through hard there was Harper. And the Giants will get the first clearance. Lead comes, decides to go wide though. And Washington the target. Takes a good mark, swings around left boot, didn't really look up. And as a result, Ericsson back there, the big man. Dickerson sitting at full forward as well at the moment. Washington and Milligan Seville go at it. Comes down, Mum. Big show. Goes back inside, splits the middle. Eventually gets through there. They've worked it well, the Magpies. Conway under pressure. Drives it inside. And eventually over the boundary line, but a good start from the Magpies. Very keen to just take a little bit of momentum going into the finals. Back there is Mum. Wrapped up. Good local crowd down here at the football. Do like coming down to Weldon Oval. They've had a very successful couple of years in Premier Division, of course, the Giants, and they look like they're set again for a real tilt at back-to-back. Line comes in. Ericsson from behind just drops it down. There's Kilpatrick. He's wrapped up. It's not Kilpatrick, it was Bunkle. Brain tries to thread the needle, but there's plenty of traffic around this contest. And eventually over the boundary line. Just a rolling maul. Giants getting it going forward. Pile up against Ericsson. Ericsson, the bigger of the two. Stands over it. Get it clear. Oh, another throw up. Off from behind, Pedersen gets the handball clear. Wrapped up there. Tackle was applied by James Brain. And illegally, says the umpire. And the kick from Newbury. In fact, he gives it off as a handball. They go forward now, the Magpies pushing through. Williamson sizes up, goes to the top of the square. Urell there. In fact, it's not Urell. It is McLean in the forward line. And a good mark taken on the rebound. Under a ton of pressure. Short kick, looking for Kilpatrick. Finds him. Goes again with a handball. Oh, that one's inventive. Wanted to get to Pedersen. Eventually gets there, and a nice little dish off. In fact, a little bit going on. The free kick's going to come back to Pedersen. High contact after he got rid of the ball. Played downfield, I suppose. Kicks through. Oh, trying to invent something there with Stroud. Kilpatrick gets back. He'll get it back again. This time gets around one. Smothered off the second kick. Good work there from Polly. Kilpatrick goes again. Third man in. And eventually we'll have a ball up. Trying to do a little bit too much, I think, at the moment, the Giants. Magpies, their pressure around the ball's been great. Pedersen's starting to step up now. In there goes Beckett. But the kick taken. And it's Jared Polly. He's lining up still on Armitage. A very good contest that. Free kick will come. Will go away with Linson. And it could have been a 50-metre penalty. The player ran straight through the mark. Umpire didn't pick it up. They go forward again. Wern tracks it back and sees it over the boundary line. Happy to do that. Reed right on his hammer. As the wind starts to really pick up here at Weldon. There's a little bit of paperwork in the process. Hudson shows it one way, goes the other. Brassel, his kick. We get very close to the boundary line. And the fact that the runner took the mark suggests it went out of bounds on the full. Go forward again. Brassel in line for this one, and third man up. Moved off to Pedersen. Comes down the line, finds McDonald. Nearly no option other than to go down the line. Does so now, just pops it up. It's going to be a hard contest, this one. Oh, went up for acceptances a little bit early. Eventually comes down, and the kick from Scown goes inside. Oh, and a mark taken it. It's a good one. And the kick, not so great. Reed, that was. Just tried to do too much. Need to go back and have a look at the goals. This time they do that. Kick comes in. I think that was off the boot of Linson. And eventually goes out of bounds. And once again, Western Suburbs applying some good pressure onto the Giants. Only dropped the one game so far, the Giants. This one's kicked around the corner. Has it gone the way? Hasn't got the legs. The mark's taken by Angus Bunkle. Bunkle just happy to slow down proceedings in the kick. Well, it's been sharked there by Lindsay Scown. And this time he'll go back and line them up. And at the 6.5 minute mark, we could be looking at our first score for the quarter. Scown. Nice approach. The kick looks good. Is it online? They clap it through, and the Magpies have got another one. A great kick from Scown, and they lead by 16 points. It's a kick out from Manly, and Scown took a good mark. Went back and finished the job. And the Magpies, will they skip out to a 16-point lead? Back in the middle. Erickson again. Some confidence up now, the Magpies. Handball from Park was a bit offline, but they eventually find a way through. Oh, good, solid. There was Levi Brain, I think. Sorry, Levi Sands. Back with the pack. Wasn't rewarded, but... the other way round. We haven't seen a lot of him so far. This kick, Urel just hit his knee coming through. Now Kilpatrick to Pedersen. Hands it off. They go inside the Giants. And the mark taken by Armitage. And he'll have a shot on goal. Like this, the Giants, margin 16 points at the moment. And gives it a bit of air, but too much, and offline. So uncharacteristic by Tyrone Armitage. On goal 5 now, the Giants. They've had some opportunities. Magpies looking for an avenue through to goal. Milligan Seville takes a very calm, casual mark at half back. Drives them forward now. Inside 50, free kick coming. It's going to be against the Giants. A push out. In fact, the umpires signalled the wrong way, and they play on. I think Scown thought... I don't think Scown through the middle. Confuse everyone when they point the wrong way. Try and regain it here. The Giants. Armitage the target again, but a good mark taken going back. Blackburn. His kick not so great though. The turnover. Wern drives them in, and this time has found Beckett. And Beckett wants to move it quickly. Does so now. Pops it up. Top of the square. Oh, gets rid of his teammate too easily. Washington. And drops the mark. So just a few things in the game so not going their way, the Giants at the moment. Some skill errors that you wouldn't normally see. Sands. Oh, nice push in and away. Oh, and does the play on. Wouldn't have taken that option, and holding the ball. It was Blackburn. Good work there from Parker, and the kick even better. And it's found Jackson Polar-Smith, and he can kick it from there. Just needs to take his time, go back. Polar-Smith. Kick looks good off the boot, and has it got the distance? No, it hasn't. But Tyrone Armitage unwilling to give away the behind. Gives it back to Pedersen. Pedersen on the left. Beautiful work. Just a little lack of intensity there from the Magpies defenders. Allowed Armitage to put some energy back in the ball. And able to give it back to Pedersen. Take another look at it. Kick from Polar-Smith. Thought it was going to get through the middle. It was certainly on line. Just didn't have the legs. Mark dropped. Armitage swooped. Almost there. Interesting because he bounced off the point post whilst in possession. I know there's some sort of rule in there. Couldn't tell you exactly how it's administered. But either way, it's a goal to the Giants. They go forward again, this time Pedersen with a quick kick out of the centre. Looking there to find Polar-Smith again. A nice little chip up. Now they look a little bit better, the Giants. Another attack on goal is offline and out of bounds on the full. So another one gone begging.
Oh yeah, fine now.
Free kick coming, umpire said. Pushing the back, the play on. Good kick there, coming off Johnston, and he's found Washington. Almost immediately you start to see why the Giants have been the leading team in the AFL Sydney competition for a couple of years. Some slick movement of the ball. Washington gives it the right amount of air to bring it back. And they get another one on the trot. And the margin all of a sudden back to 3 points. It was quick work there from Newbury, and the kick was great. And full stretch, Washington took the mark, went back and finished off. So we're back in the middle, margin back to 3 points. What can the Magpies do now? They're getting beat in the centre clearances, and look at the run. Coming through was Brain, couldn't find the handle. Sands, he just throws it on the boot, tries to get it out into space. Back, Harper in there, as is Pearson, Seamus Pearson for the Magpies, but the boundary line wins out. Free kick coming, it's going to be in the back, go to the Western Suburbs. Ericsson. They go through the middle, another push in the back. And out wide, Magpies. Pearson. A lot on offer. Urell leads up. Will he get there? Doesn't eventually get there. Coming through Hawkins at pace. And some quick handballs. And the Giants trying to get out of the area. Got the kick. Just had too much on it. Newbury. Got one through the middle if he wants to use it. Goes that way. It's Ericsson. Ericsson's kick goes wider still. McGrath. Push out there. It wasn't seen. Mum takes the mark anyway. And he'll kick from right on 50, if not just outside. He backs himself in. Brenton Mum. Just outside 50. Nice approach. Stuttering run up. Gets it going that way, but it just hits the post. And margin 4 points. On now. Trying to get there was Bow in the area. Actually the boundary line. A few claims about the full. Not forthcoming. Jackson at the front spot. Ruck there doing was McLean. And now they run. Armitage uses full distance. Handball just off the deck. Gets to where it wants to go to. And running through, cutting. Good work from Polar Smith. Pearson there, just let him get in and around him. And Polar Smith takes the mark. And we'll go back. One shot on the 17-minute mark of this, the second term. This to put the Giants in front. Hits it okay. Will it sneak in? Hasn't got the legs, so distance a real issue for Polar Smith as he takes a shot on goal. He's second one, he's really dropped short from a very gettable distance. Kick out intended there for Newbury. Spoiled by Polar Smith. Now he gets on it, and another ordinary kick goes out of bounds on the full. Set the mark. Discriminate kick from Western Suburbs stays in, which is a good result. And Stroud, well, he rebounds off the ropes and gets back into the field of play. In the ruck contest, Pedersen, well, he's having a great game so far. Just used a little bit of pace to work himself out of the traffic. Goes forward now. At the front spot there was Washington, I think. Just couldn't bring it in. Off the deck, under pressure. Armitage just let go at the right moment. Brain, he was felled. Now Western Suburbs out of a little bit of trouble through McGrath. Sands with a shepherd off the ball. It's too high. The umpire saw it. And it'll come back and be a Giants kick. So costly for the Magpies. They were really pushing forward. They go forward again. Giants desperately want to get their noses in front. Back of the pack. Here is Sands. His kick just tackled as he took it. And came off. Sharking there was Round, did well. Handball under pressure. And now the tackle comes. Pops out the back. Some real pressure around. Polar Smith picks it up off the deck. And just the minor score. 2 points the margin now. They're clawing their way back into this, the Giants. Short kick, well, touched on the way through, but almost landed in the arms again of Sands, but Kilpatrick, I think it was. Go wide, having real trouble getting it out of their defensive half are the Magpies. Armitage, seen a free kick off the play. He'll have to give it up a little bit to go on with. Armitage wants to take the advantage. I don't think the umpire will allow that. And luckily so, he missed the kick. It's got to come back to McDougall. Scrap with Linson. New test from McDougall, long way out. Get off the ball here again. It's Benbow on that occasion trying to get involved. McDougall now. Kick goes to the square. Unable to bring it down. So Garland, I think it was, gives it back to Armitage. Armitage turns. Umpire looks at it and likes it. It's a goal to the Giants, and they're in front for the first time this afternoon. See here, McDougall's kick is perfectly placed. That flies. What's his target in? Armitage gives it away, gets around Bamford, I think it was, easily, and finishes off. And the Giants are in front. All up. Played 22 minutes. Second term.
Oh, let's go.
And the Magpies, they need to find something here. Round goes back inside, dangerous, but well executed. Found Mum. Go wide again. McGrath. Kick, not a great one. Williamson has been a little bit absent in this second term. They just haven't been able to get it up to him. And the Giants now on the rebound again. Handball over. Good run. Kick comes inside. And in front of the pack. Oh, could have been a mark taken right in front. And backing up there was Kilpatrick. And just swung it too far. And minus score, 5 points to the margin in favour of the Giants. Come back again. Western Suburbs under some real pressure. McGrath gives off the Round. That's a good give. Round has a bounce. What can he find further up? Nothing. Wern. 5 metres in front of his team, his player, and takes it easily. Now they're running the Giants. Good. Backing away from the pack. Oh, just couldn't find it. And free kick comes. Oh, and a big elbow on the way through too. And from Scout. Gave away the 50. Parkins will take the kick. And just a little bit creeping into the game of the Western Suburbs side. They need to just regroup. Bring the pressure on really well in that first term. Parker, beautiful strike, gave the air. Has it got the distance? It has. And they make them pay. Margin 11 points. So the Giants have really wrestled their way back in control of this game. Magpies just can't get the ball going forward at the moment. Once again, straight out of the middle, Brain. Gather his own kick here, does so. Edison forward now. The throw comes. It's going to be an advantage, and they go again, the Giants.
It's a kilo sugar.
Armitage leads the race. In fact, it's Kilpatrick. He's wrapped up. Handballs over the top. Washington in the area as well. Good work from Pearson to mop up that. Now Hudson. And kick was good. Found McGrath on the far side. Moves it on, eventually gets through to Polly. Handball's back to McGrath, and another scrubby kick along the ground, just trying to invent something. Williamson well down the ground, keeps the arms free. Eventually is tackled, has to handball. Gets it clear. McGrath got rid of the tackle, but it's all Giants back there. And it could be all Giants on the run as Armitage just took a little couple of easy steps, and he was shown up a little bit by Newbury, who kicks the goal. And the Magpies peg one back. And a little bit going off. Settles now. Quick look here. Kick across ground from the Giants. Just See here, just resting on it there was Armitage, and the bounce killed him. Newbury came through and bounced beautifully for him on the second option, and good execution for the goal. Let's bring it back in the middle. Again. Magpies, as the siren sounds. A little bit going on here, and it's exploded. Scown's in there. And everyone's in there now. Players being dragged off. There could be something of this. They can't afford this going into finals. There's plenty going on in there. Stay with it. Starts to fizzle out now. Just need to separate and get in for half time. Both sides will be playing finals. They can't afford to be losing players through suspension as they break up now. Holly in there having his two bits to say. The umpires get control now. Armitage wanting to have a word to the umpires. In my opinion, that's never really been a good thing. Tyler too is the captain. They separate now. Look here. Just roll back and see what caused it in the first place. Scown it was. Then, oh, there it was. Threw the ball at him. Well, that's utter disrespect there from Scown, and from there on, just blew up. So I'd expect to see some fireworks in the second half. We'll have a break here at Weldon Oval, and we'll bring you all the action from the second half in just about 15 minutes' time. Join us back then. It's the Giants by 5 points. All in readiness to here at Weldon Oval for this third term. It's been an exciting contest so far. The Giants really dominated the back half of that second term, and they lead by 5 points here at half time. Magpies, well, they'll be super keen to show some of that intensity they showed in the first term. Try and wrestle back the lead. If they're a good side, Manly Warringah, they'll be keen to keep their momentum going. A big shout out to a few people watching online, the Raymond family up there in Brisbane. There's Bron, Ella, Lily and Ben. They always watch the Manly sides. So Marlon and Graham, they're up there on the Gold Coast. The grandparents of Jack Parker. And the Phyllis family all the way over there in Hong Kong. Hope you're watching this afternoon. This is bringing AFL Sydney live. Just remember, we'll bring all the action from the finals as we go into the pointy end of the season. We'll be coming through AFL Sydney live. So make sure you bookmark the page and join us back when we're underway in this, the third term. And no one really getting anything out of the ruck contest. Ericsson, he's been good for Magpies this afternoon. As there has Newbury. That goal in that last quarter as the Magpies go forward again. Pops it up, running through, good work. Shot on goal is offline. And just a minor score. Giants bring the ball back in on Green. Simon Brassel the target. In there as well as Ben Bow. Falls to Ben Bow and eventually gets across to Brassel. Brassel with a bit of a run on the left boot. Pops it up. Trying to find Washington. Also up there, Dickerson. Just pop Dickerson there. Now he can take the ruck. The pack forms, plenty of numbers forward. Dickerson brings it down. Newbury with the takeaway for the Magpies. Ball gets a run on and it'll go out of bounds. And we'll have a boundary throw in. Jumper number change. Half-time there was Lindsay Scown involved in that little scuffle at half-time. He's now wearing the number 27. Go forward. Oh, good mark taken. Strong hands. We need to see a little bit more of that from the Magpies. Daniel Reid. Needs to finish now. Right footer. Gives it a little bit of air. He's worked this well, and it might have just got there, touched on the line.
There's people playing soccer with rubber, like those with rubber balls bouncing on their heads. It didn't seem strange.
Magpies, they go to the far side. Hands. Set up on was Polly. And the Giants wrestle it back. Forward again. Overrun this time. So push away. Milligan Seville there gets it back, does very well, gets it to Ericsson. They've worked that well, the Magpies. But the kick, well, just misread it. Did Blackburn. Coming away with it. It was Weir. Sands pushes through, gives it back, but as Washington sharked it off, has a shot on goal offline. Minor score. Watching 4 points.
Where are the boys still playing down there? It's far to the
The ball to come back through the trees. It'll be Hudson to bring it back in for the Magpies. They break now. Decides to go to himself, get a little bit of extra distance. Comes back inside, looking for Sands, but Washington there overruns it. Ericsson stands over, applies the tackle, and eventually pops out the back of the pack. Very clean football at the moment. Pedersen, nice little running the angles. Now works it underneath the player, and eventually goes over the boundary line.
They're playing the dirt there.
A lot of numbers around the football. Goes into the forward half for the Giants. Ericsson just in the position for that one. Another boundary throw in. It was Jack Parker who took it over the boundary line.
Number 37,
Once again, just tight in the clinches, and umpire sent a free kick. High contact will go to Armitage, and a kick from outside 50 goes quickly now. Good work there from Levi Sands to get in front, but Washington was up to the task and took the mark. Sands, I think rightly so, pleading his case for touch. Washington moves it to a better position, and very well done. James Brain, sorry, that will take the shot on goal. It's a very long run up. Brain leans back and it won't have the distance, will fall short. So a few of those this afternoon just falling short of the target. Really, it's only a 40-odd metre kick in the end. A little bit of breeze coming from left to right, but disappointing. Free kick coming, going to be to the Magpies. Little ruck contest. Oh, there, once again missed. So you'd like to hold on to it, the Giants, before giving you back for free kicks. And hit their target on the full, but the umpire happy to let it play. Comes out now, the ball gets a little bit of a run on. Holding the butt jumper there, missed by the umpire. In fact, eventually seen by the umpire. The correct decision in the end. The umpire that was 100 metres away saw the big sail come out. And Blackburn gets the free kick. Goes down the line. In the back there is that's Scown wearing the 27. Swings it around, playing forward at the moment. Brain pops it up for Pedersen. Oh, just took his eyes off it at the last minute there. And now they've got a chance. Scown now centres it up, looking for Urell at the back. Couldn't find it. Plenty of Giants around this play. Some good work there from Bunkle. They pop it over now in front of Thurgarland. Sits up nicely for him. Handballs it behind and finds Armitage. Now they're running through the middle. Washington the target and almost brought it down. Sands runs away. Now West on the counter attack. And almost the mark taken again. Comes back now, does Brenton Mumm. Swings back on the left boot, pops it up. Who's there? Brassel. Plays on. Now Washington, can he break the free kick? And does. And it'll be Blackburn. Running player. Pearson sets it up, looking for the target in Williamson. And couldn't bring it down. It's a little bit of open play playing at the moment. Another boundary throw in. Just dribbles back over the line. Approaching the 9-minute mark. It's the Giants by 4 points. Good work. Pearson again. Loves that left boot. Pops it up. Oh, good fly and mark taken. Beautifully read. And Marcus Linson will go back and have a shot. Linson gets the goal, and the Magpies are back in front. See the kick by Pearson was a good one, and great mark taken by Linson. was able to finish off with the goal. So the Magpies back in front by 2 points. And able to stop the momentum of the Giants that they took into half-time. Wrestle into the ruck, have the Giants. The kick comes from the centre. Sands tracks it back. Happy to see this over the line. He turns back inside. He just runs into a couple of Giants. And he actually did very well in the end to make sure it didn't get away. Patrick
Yeah, you ran all the way from the square.
hits the ball hard. He's in there again, Kilpatrick, trying to... going forward. Sands runs out of space. And we'll have a boundary throw in right in front of the Manly Warringah bench. Russell, as we said, moved into the ruck for Manly. Armitage tried to get away with that one. He's pulled it back inside. Parker swings on the right boot. Tracking it back. Ericsson couldn't bring it down, but away. McGrath was tracking in it, but the good mark taken.
Dad, I know what they're doing.
And Stroud will go back and have a shot on goal. Just to get the lead back. Kick from right on the 50-metre arc here at Weldon. That's from inside the square in the end. And just offline. Minor score, 1 point the margin. Western Suburbs, they move it by foot, far side. McGrath now with the ball. Let's go short again. He did this in the first term. Just maintained possession. Called to play on. Blackburn at the back was caught out of position. A good mark taken there from Callum Johnson. Now he wants to go short, the running player. Good ball movement from both sides, just maintaining possession. Now the Giants go inside 50. A little pop-up kick. Oh, beautifully worked by Dickerson. It was there behind. Worked his way to the front and took a very good mark. And Dickerson will go back. A shot on goal. Daniel Dickerson strikes it well. He's pushed it to the left. And a mark taken. Washington, as we so often see, just set himself well off the pack and hit it at full speed. And can turn this into a certain goal. Beautifully finished. And the Giants are back in front. See here, it's Dickerson's kick. Genuine shot on goal. Good. Washington well back. Just let it at full pace. And beautifully taken in the end. Giants by 5 points. Ericsson tried to finesse that down. And it's all Giants. Kilpatrick goes forward again. Washington, as we saw, attacked it with pace. Sands overrun by Armitage. Back onto it now. Could have been a push in the back. Umpire says too high. It's against Washington. And Levi Sands, as I said earlier, came into the ground, a little cloud of illness, but he's been up to the task. Kicks now. Western Suburbs in an attacking position, but Kilpatrick has played a great game this afternoon. Wern hands it off. Looking again for Washington. Couldn't bring it down again. Armitage at the fall. Gives it back up. That to Parker. Parker's kick's a good one. Found Dickerson. Dickerson straightens him up. Almost in the right areas, but Milligan Seville now has a bit of a space to move. Goes one way, and that's free kick. Oh, the umpire didn't see it. Tackled while bouncing. And they could be felt a bit hard done by there. The Giants. Brain, his kick under pressure. Ericsson back there. Bit of volleyball played. Parker swings around on the right. It's online, won't carry the distance. Washington tracks it back. Just the minor score. So 6 points the margin now in favour of the Giants. Hudson plays on, wants to run. Seemingly likes McGrath out there, set nicely, takes the mark. Williamson on a long lead, goes in that direction. Actually, mark almost taken. The umpire said touched. Wern mops up. Brassel with pace. Now attacks it. Awkward kicking style. And Ericsson back there for the Magpies. 6 points the margin, 16.5 played. Pearson. Swings on the right, player on his own. Son an issue. Does very well to get back there. Newbury straightens them up. Williamson, Blackburn at the back of the pack, will run into it. Bit of space, stops, props, goes around, gets it going forward, sits up, and eventually takes a right-hand turn and goes through for a point. Opportunity there for the Magpies. Giants go long. Ericsson's back there, as is Urell. Off hands Hudson now. Goes one way, goes back to McGrath. Tries to work something going forward. They raffled it off. Scown eventually took the mark. Drives them forward. Good defensive effort. And the handball offline. Back to Hudson. They're back where they started. McGrath running out of space out there on the far side. Umpire says held on too long. And Giants free kick. They pop it over and Urell gets his hands amongst it. They go back, so there's been some open play this afternoon, but there's also been some short mistakes made. Brain under pressure, trying to get it in front there of Johnston. They do get it going forward now. Good mark taken. And the Magpies now with a chance. The kick, not a great one. A pack of Giants forms. And nice little touch over. The kick is almost online as well. Just needed to get there. Scown back in the back line now. Pops it up. They need some run, the Magpies. And Williamson takes the mark. In fact, I think it's Blackburn. No, Williamson. Gone with my instinct. Too far out to score, you'd think. Pops it up now. And they get back there. Blackburn trying to turn around on it. Couldn't quite get handle on it, and it'll be wrapped up. And holding the ball's the decision. Interesting to see which way it goes. I thought there was two players on it. Eventually, Wern gets the kick. Beckett. It's a bounce. Goes down the line. Good work from Brain. Pushed back. Brain goes short. That's not 15. Oh, dear, oh dear. Mark was paid. Turnover comes now. Pedersen needed to get it back. Under pressure now, the kick. And it's a good one though. Kilpatrick push forward. And he'll have a shot on goal. They lead by 5 at the moment, the Giants. Just about to tick into time on third term. It's all set up for a good tilt in the final quarter. Kicks from right on the 50 paint. Looks good off the boot. Beautiful finish. And Kilpatrick gets one for the Manly Giants. They extend the margin out to 11 points.
Where's Con?
Don't get lost, though.
Toby, where's Con now?
Can't see, this is like one big mud.
Oh, there. Okay, thanks.
Like a fish.
No, where are you talking about?
Margin out to 11. We're into time on in the third term. The Magpies would dearly like to steal another one back before the quarter ends. Ericsson back in the ruck. Real run at it. Brassel, he's still in there. Sands now, oh, drops what he should have taken. Puts himself under all sorts of pressure. In there's Kilpatrick.
You're supposed to hatchet, you idiot!
And we'll have a ball up inside 50 for the Giants. Really was a very gettable mark. Ericsson gets a second ride, but couldn't get to the ball. Comes out now. Quick left boot going forward for the Giants. Kilpatrick will lead the race. It's proving to be very dangerous down there in the forward line for the Giants. Standing him, Marcus Linson. He did start the game in the forward. Had a real forward focus in that first term. Did the Magpies. Paid off. They led the term by 10 points at quarter time. Since then, real concerted effort from the Giants to work away. Being pushed though. Magpies certainly put the pressure on them this afternoon. Plenty of numbers around this ruck contest. Ericsson, this time he does get the hand to it. Oh, could have been high, is. And the free kick will come back. Mum. Goes down the line. Williamson is a target. He looks very proppy, in fact, Williamson. Comes up that. Just in there with a slight limp. This again, of course, Braden Fowler, the competition leading goal scorer, not playing today for the Giants.
He doesn't want it.
Sends his tackle over the line.
Oh, jeez.
Brassel in the ruck. This one won by the Giants. Pushing back. Linson. Gets it again. Tries to stand up in the tackle. And eventually, we'll just keep an eye on this.
Johnny, touch your head, mate.
McDonald. Oh, McDonald's got the wobbly legs on as well. Good umpiring that, just let that play through. Pedersen, it was touched off the boot. Linson goes back with it. And Kilpatrick swoops, throws it on the left boot. And leading the race, Dickinson couldn't bring it in. And we'll have a ball up. Pedersen comes to the bench for the Giants. Once again, plenty of numbers around the ball. Goes forward. Back of the pack. Giants have got players there. Polar Smith, well, he's tackled. Spills free. The umpire's seen something. Seen a free kick.
Daddy, you young lad, look after him.
Not sure what free kick's going to. So it goes to Polar Smith. I'm not sure. Quite catch the signal. Either way, it'll be a shot on goal. It was the umpire off the ball that called the free kick. This to put some breathing space between these two teams going into the three-quarter time break. Polar Smith Kicks truly, kicks beautifully, and finishes off. Margin now out to 17 points.
Yes, we are in the lead. In the lead, Dad.
Another look at it. From the boundary throw in. Play with the back. This is where Tyler Smith picks it up. So it looks okay to me there. And maybe just that arm over the top in the end, but geez, it was a tough decision. Either way, finished off nicely. The Giants lead by 17. Urell, Scown. Drives them forward. Williamson comes through. Just lost it in the sun. Eventually falls cleanly to Harper. Back there, applying the tackle on Brassel. It was Reed, but they get clear, the Giants. Finds a space far side. Levi Brain. Goes short. Johnson has had a good game this afternoon. Once again, they put the ball quickly, but the siren sounds. And at the three-quarter time break, it's the Giants who have skipped out to a nice little handy lead. They lead by 17 points as we go into the final break. The Giants 8-11-59, Magpies 6-6-42. And it does prove that it'll be an exciting last term here in the AFL Sydney Match of the Week. We'll take a really short break. We'll be back very soon with all the action from the final term. Giants lead by 17, but the Magpies certainly not out of it yet. As you can see, Manly Warringah, they're out in position waiting for this final term to start. Western Suburbs, on the other hand, they're still in the huddle. The news through just then that St George have beaten Sydney University, which will propel them into third spot. And the second chance relegating Western Suburbs, pending this result, of course, into fourth. So a lot on the line here for the Magpies. Would dearly love to maintain their spot in third spot. The Giants, on the other hand, as we said before, they've got the real opportunity to wrap up the minor premiership this afternoon. A win here will secure it for them, pending an absolute miracle for the second place Demons. Underway, all in front of them. And straight away there's a whistle on play. It's going to go to the Giants. Centre square infringement. Pedersen off the back of the pack. Goes forward, looking for Washington. Some good work. Levi Sands. But the kick is the turnover. Now with a bit of space, the Giants, they find a teammate in the form of Tom Beckett. Beckett goes to the top of the square. Beautifully sits there. Oh, almost for Dickerson. Just need to go off the deck and eventually touch through. The margin now, straight 3 goals, 18 points. West need to find something. They didn't find it quickly. See half the ground here currently in sun, the other half in shadow. And a good mark taken. McDougall goes forward and a good delivery and found James Brain. And he's got an opportunity. In fact, he goes short and it gets there in the end. And Dickerson takes the mark out in front. He will have a shot on goal. Dickerson's kick, this to put it out to 4 goals. And just pushes it left. Just the minor score.
I heard if you pay online for the NFL program at school, you can just one game.
Washington just got his arm in there and forced the spoil. The Giants, they've just got a wall set up across half back, half forward for them. And they're repelling every ball that comes their way. Short now to Brain again. Yeah, he can have a shot just on 50 metres. In fact, he goes short. Sees something he likes. The kick, not a great one, off one step. The turnover comes. It's in now in the hands of Newbury. What can they concoct now, the Magpies? Pearson looking into the sun. Goes inside. Finds Sands. Has a little run. The kick needs to be on target, and it is. Williamson, the quick handball off, and gets the free kick. Comes back. They've got runners through the middle, and that's where he goes. Harper goes wide again, but some very good work from Brain. Turnover now. McGrath's kick. Back where it started from. Going down to Urell. Too big for him. And eventually, well, I was going to say eventually goes out, but it doesn't. Just stays in. Pedersen tries to give the show. Eventually goes to Kilpatrick. Handball over is a nice one. Found McDougall. McDougall now goes inside. And leading the race was the Magpies, but the handball comes through. Parker, his shot on goal is through. And the margin to 25 points as Parker puts one through for the Giants. Very good ball movement down this near wing. Take a look at the play. See, Pedersen gives it over to Kilpatrick, and that's a nice little shove there. Gave it to McDougall. Bounce really favoured the Giants going forward. Back to Parker. And Parker's finish was superb. The margin out to 25 points, and this one slowly getting out of the reach of the Magpies. They need to get a goal. A couple of quick ones to reel this one back in. 25 points the margin at the moment. Eriksson, Pedersen gets the kick away. It's smothered, but eventually comes clear. Urell in a lot of space, and almost the mark taken, but very well defended. Now a free kick coming, and it's giving them. Well, the Magpies, they won't be happy with that. Thought the mark initially could have been paid as well. Execution not great, but the recovery fantastic. The Giants now, the Garland back inside. They've got runners. That one from Weir goes forward again, and Parker again just caught the wrong side of the ball. And out of bounds on the full. They go wide now. The Giants have just got numbers at every contest. Stepped around, did Pyle, handed off. Now a little chip kick inside is a good one. And Parker again, well, he's certainly putting his hand up in this final term. Big shout out to his grandparents up there on the Gold Coast. Marlene and Graham will be watching, enjoying what they're seeing at the moment. Jack Parker. Strikes it well. The wind will bring this back nicely. Just faded too far, touched on the line. Margin 26 points. But more importantly, the time running out for the Magpies. Round. Plays on now. Goes wide. That's a dangerous kick and very badly executed. And Beckett takes an easy mark and should turn this into a goal. Sisson moved on quickly. I don't know about that. Just needed to take his time and mind the score. They led at quarter time, the Magpies. It's a concerted effort by the Giants to get back into the game in the second term. And from there, you'd have to say they've really controlled the match. Certainly in this final term, and they're causing all sorts of headaches for the Magpies. Brain swings around the right boot. It's a good-looking kick, top of the square. Every opportunity. Here's Parker again, but run out of space, and he'll go over the boundary line. So Garland with a little bit of pace, just tried to invent something there. Didn't quite come off. And the boundary line is the winner.
Yeah, when you, I thought you was going to shoot.
Giants again under pressure a bit this time. For Eriksson on the boot looking for Urel, but he's outmarked. And the Giants, well, they just keep banging it in there. Armitage tries to tunnel, pushes his player on the ball and gets it eventually, swings around and just misses. Kicks and behinds in this final term. 9-16 the scoreboard reads for the Giants. They've had plenty of opportunities. 6-6 the Magpies. Long down the middle, trying everything now, the Magpies, to try and find an avenue to the end of the other end of the ground. Good work there from Pyle, just absorbed the pressure. And now they go again. Another shot on goal, and this one's through the middle, and this one's done.
Just
34 points the margin now.
Well, the fact that we won 12 in a row means he hasn't been currently doing it. Dad, man, yes.
34 points the margin in favour of the Giants. They've really dominated this final term. And here's Kilpatrick again. They go forward once more. This one sits up. Harper under a bit of pressure. Eventually gets there, trying to find Round. Gets away from him. Kilpatrick again. Slick hands to Brain. Runs into the 50. Shot on goal offline. 10 goals, 17 now. But more importantly, the margin, 35 points. 10 minutes played, final term. Come wide. Parker there. Sit. Just didn't pull it in. And eventually dribbles over the boundary line. So, the Manly Warringah Giants defending their 2013 premiership. They will wrap up the minor premiership for 2014. And they look to set to go into the first week of finals, having that all-important rest. Remember, they did it today without Fowler, their leading goal scorer, and the competition's leading goal scorer, as Pedersen steps inside. And that's a dangerous prospect. They've only dropped the one game this year against St George. And as free kick comes, go to Western Suburbs. So everything's all set for the Giants to go back-to-back. First team to go back-to-back. The Sydney Hills Eagles. East Coast Eagles did that. They went back-to-back-to-back in 9, 10 and 11. Lost the Bulldogs in 12. And the Giants in their first year was known as the Manly Warringah Wolves at the time. They took the 2013 premiership and they look strong. backing up that effort in 2014. Pushing through Williamson, he's just showing a little bit of frustration. Lambert, Kilpatrick pulls the player off the ball and gets it back. He's just been a magnet today. Now Johnson squares them up. Unable to take the mark is Washington. McGrath tracks it over the line, another behind to the Giants. So the Western Suburbs, they'll slip to 4th position, and the prospect of an elimination final in Sydney University. Brain steps inside, eventually tackled, gets it to Brain Levi. Comes back to Kilpatrick, another stat to him. Sizes them up and just pushes it to the right. 13 minutes played, final term. Giants lead by 37. They've done all the scoring so far in this final term. Magpies really struggling just to get it past halfway at the moment. They will on this occasion. Blackburn pops it up. Looking there for Linson, couldn't bring the mark in. Ben Bow, some nice slick hands out there on the far side. And a low kick inside. Sees them maintain pressure again. The Giants out here all on his own is McDougall. Sees the running Armitage and he takes the mark. And plays on. And he might have just snuck it in. I think he has. Another goal to the Giants. And this one's blowing out now. 43 points the margin. Back in the centre, 43 points the margin, as we said. And they've done it well, the Giants. Could be a free kick, kicking danger, is going to come back. A kick to Western Suburbs. Now Urell on the long lead. So Garland stood under it. Blackburn turns around. They'll get a score. It's just a minor one. "15 minutes played, final term." This one intended for Pedersen, I think. Eventually now Armitage showing a bit of pace. Pulls it back in. Not far enough though. Out of bounds was the result. Erickson and Brassel goes over both of them. Little pop-up kick. Bounce favours Western Suburbs. Try to get it back inside to Polly. Was Pearson, but the turnover comes again. Brain. Nice and settled. Oh, nice kick. The Garland runs onto it. Now he throws on the right boot, goes inside and found Armitage. He wants to move it quickly, does so. And puts it out there in front. And a good mark taken by Levi Brain. Brainlow was shot. Injury concern here in Western Suburbs. Holding an elbow is Milligan Seville. As Brain finishes off. And this one's really blowing out now. 48 points now. In favour of the Giants.
Extra help. They call me
It was a promising start by Western Suburbs this afternoon. They came out, the intensity was first class, but the Giants have just worn it down. They rode the pressure. They didn't let them get too far ahead in that first term. Took away some of the scoreboard pressure, and then they got the roll on. Linson tackled there, dispossessed. Parker for the Giants overruns it. Ericsson gets it going back the other way. They come through the middle. Blackburn. His kick inside. Just a kick and hope in a lot of ways. Gets to the back of the pack, running onto it. Will be Mum. Throws on the boot. And they get one. It's their first of this final term. And it's off the boot of Brenton Mum.
That was too bad.
6 and 6. I can sort of that one off the back.
See here, it was just a big bomb inside. Pack flight. Mum just stood at the back of the pack. And from there, it was a foot race.
That's 49. Us.
So the margin back to 42 points. 12-19 is a bit of a worry for the Giants. 7-7, the Magpies. Ericsson, he's been very serviceable in the ruck today. Reed, a quick one, going back inside. Blackburn gives it to Round. Round fires it in, sits up. Stroud back there for the Giants. And eventually over the boundary line. Whistle on play. Free kick's going to go to Brassel. Couldn't quite see what it was for. Umpire, no, just going to call it to be thrown in again. There's nothing wrong with the throw, so the umpire mustn't have been happy with the way they set up. It's over the back of the pack now. Kilpatrick there for the Giants. Eventually finds the handle, gets it up, pushes it out. Tracking it back though was Harper. Sweeping handball inside, found Ericsson. He's been one of their best this afternoon. Back to Round. Comes inside. Oh, the mark should have been taken by Lambert. Comes off boots. That'll be a free kick. Bouncing while being tackled. They picked up that one. Missed one earlier. And Williamson hands it off to Round. He's under pressure. Comes back eventually to Hudson. In two minds. Pops up now looking for Ericsson. Armitage back with it. Steps inside now. Has to get rid of the ball by hand. Through the middle. Now with Kilpatrick. Certainly been in their best players this afternoon. And Washington just couldn't bring it down. Hudson. Under pressure now. Sands. Down the target. Didn't get there.
You're allowed to do that, umpire.
Free kick came. And a 50-metre penalty. Decent 52, considering it was backwards of 50, and now it's opposite of the square. Sorry, now it's right on the point of the square.
It's your first kick in the second half.
Yeah, his kick's good. Found Bamford, and Bamford with a shot on goal. Suburbs, they do currently have a better percentage than St George. They won't want to do any damage to that. And offline. That second chance in the finals, so important. Harper. Skills around the ball, looking for Bamford again, so this time he wants to move it on quickly. And he's told to now, the umpire. I don't know if he went off his line. He certainly ran forward. But either way, the result now, Parker. Bounce didn't favour him. Had to go back and get it. Gives the handball off. Weir, his kick is good. He's found Polar Smith. Now, I'm going to say he's probably too far out to score. A couple of shots just dropped short this afternoon. That was just too easy from Brain. Just got rid of Ben Polly. And he will now have a shot on goal.
As you get the car ready, Gary and I'll be running.
Levi Brain.
Chasing us. Throwing the boot and go.
Nice measured approach and a beautiful finish. And the Giants get another. 47 points the margin. See, the kick came in to Polar Smith. Just for the Giants. You see here, Polly was just too easy, and Levi Brain takes the mark. Looks like it's Washington that's come off for the Giants. It's hobbling, taking him off the sideline, so we're not too much concerned. 24 minutes played in the final term. Kilpatrick, but an injury concern nevertheless. Run through the middle. In front of Ben Bow, has to track back to get it. Swings around now, and it's found Pedersen. Connor Pedersen, full stretch. Approaching the 25-minute mark, final term. Saw Washington walk past here, doesn't look too concerned with the injury, just his lower leg. Pedersen, in the meantime, just pushed it right. Another score, minor score, 13 goals, 20 now. 98, 7-8-50. The Magpies. Well, the attempted barrel is just the sort of thing the coach won't want to see. Even though the game's beyond, there's just still decisions to be made. And don't know that was the right one. Kilpatrick took the mark.
So have you got your jacket in, mate?
Kicks from outside 50. Certainly got the distance.
Jeez, that's a big kick.
And just pushed it to the right again. 13-21, 99, 7-8-50.
What's FIFA? Dad, I'm hungry.
Oh, geez, that was just not bringing the cup.
And she goes out of bounds.
Oh my God, look at you, mate.
If they get enough points, they're going to have 100 and the other team's going to have 50.
You heard it.
And they'll be losing by 50.
Well done, good match.
Oh, wrapped up there, the score. As they go into the final stages of this last term, Kilpatrick, well, he hasn't given up all day. Oh, big tackle applied on Sands. And over the boundary line.
Toby, do you know what
Brassel in the ruck up against Ericsson. Brassel from behind, but sharked away. Go forward again, read the target. Tries to turn on it, couldn't quite do so. Handball's good. That there was Scown, and now Urell on the outside of the right boot, turns it around and kicks the goal. Won't be very long to go now in this final term. Approaching the 28-minute mark. Pretty good result. The Magpies, although were tested, certainly threw it up to the Giants, but the Giants up to the task, and they will wrap up the minor premiership this afternoon. They come through. Reed at pace, tries to bundle his way through. Gives it to Polly. Out to McGrath. McGrath inside 50, and the mark taken. The siren sounds, and the Giants wrap up the minor premiership for 2014 with a win here over the Magpies. The Magpies, on the other hand, well, they now find themselves in elimination final position, and with 2 matches to go in the season, they'll have a bit of work to do to make sure they can extend their season well into September. The final score here, the Giants 13-21-99. The Magpies, well, they got 8-8-56. The margin 43 points in the end, and it was a test of character from the Giants, and a test that they passed with flying colours, and they'll now set themselves for next week. They now take on, in round 17, they'll take on Campbelltown here at Weldon Oval. The Magpies, on the other hand, they take on the Bulldogs at the Village Green, and they will desperately need to win that one to make sure they can do themselves the favour as they go into the finals. We are 2 weeks away from finals action. We'll bring you all the finals in all grades, the grand finals in all grades, that is, and all the finals action from the Premier Division right here on AFL Sydney Live. So make sure you join us for the rest of the season as we finish off the home and away and head into finals. And they'll bring all those from Blacktown. But in the meantime, we'll wrap up here at Weldon Oval. It's been a good game for the home side. 43-point winners over the Magpies, 13-21-99. Magpies 8-8-56. You've seen all the action here live on AFL Sydney Live. Join us again next week, and we'll bring you more AFL Sydney action.